You guys comfortable back there?
Oh, yes.
Good morning, guys. I am back on a Monday after a week off vacation, and I've got plenty of passengers this morning. How cool to start a Monday off in Kissimmee at the Kissimmee Gateway Airport. We are live, Trooper Steve on patrol with, I don't know how I get this access, but I have the bosses of Kissimmee all in the vehicle right now. So we have the Kissimmee Mayor, Jackie Espinosa. Ma'am, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I've got the City Manager, Mike Steigerwald, in the vehicle. Sir, this is crazy. Okay, we got the other camera back there. There, look at this, guys. You guys looking sharp back there this morning. And sir, if you could introduce yourself and your title with us, please.
Sure. I'm Sean Jamolis, the Director of Aviation for the city.
Boom. So the boss out here at the airport. Kissimmee. Let's talk about Kissimmee for a second, guys. Where has it gone? It is flying so fast. Ah, you like that? Flying, right. It's moving at light speed. I don't think many people have a clue what's happening down here. Let's talk about it. Mayor, you've taken the job and you have truly ran with it. I've known you for a long time, so I get to talk a little differently, but it's really, things are happening down here. Talk to me a little bit about that.
We're just so excited about all the growth and all the possibilities and opportunities for so many different types of businesses. Today, of course, we're focusing on the airport. This has a lot to do not just with me. It has to do with all the people that have been running the city for so long and have great vision, such as our city manager and, of course, our aviation director right here, Sean, and this is just a part of all the great people that work in our city, and we're just letting the world know we're open for business. That's our big thing.
I love it. I love when other airports pop up because it's like it maybe gives us options of things. Now, maybe one day, how about you guys in the back? One day we'd be able to fly into Kissimmee?
Very good possibility. Very good possibility.
You know, I'm asking for big things, but what's happening down here is kind of crazy, Mike.
Yeah, it is. It may not necessarily be the trip you just took
last
week.
Right.
But we certainly, in the future, I think we'll have some opportunities for commercial operations, more so on the charter side of things.
Right.
For our tourism industry. But our focus here is essentially job building and economic development, building the economy of Kissimmee, helping our residents get employment in areas beyond the hospitality sector, the service sector that we're so well known for here.
I think that's cool because how many people commute out of this county for jobs? It's crazy. Vast majority. This morning, the northbound on the turnpike, rock solid every single day. And you guys have the opportunity to bring some new jobs down here. Sean, how long have you been the aviation director?
Just over 5 years.
Obviously, you have a passion for aviation.
I really do. This August will mark my 33rd year in the airport airport business, so this is my 5th and probably final airport.
Okay.
I've got a lot to do here. Primarily, it's really the land management. We're so blessed to have a lot of property at this airport. It's really been kind of idle for the last few years.
Okay.
And we just recently completed our master plan update, and to really focus on the best use of that property. And like Mike said, we're concentrating on workforce development, aviation education to get back to our industry, and we've got the space and the resources to do that.
That's awesome. So you guys, not many reporters, anchors have a truck like mine.
This is the coolest.
This
truck.
is cool. So we've got cameras that are posted all over the place, and you guys are going to give me kind of a tour of the property this morning, of what's taking place out here. Mike, talk to me about what we're about to go do.
Well, we have, as Sean mentioned, are blessed with just a significant amount of land for opportunities here. On your left, you can see all this vacant grass fields. This is all slated for future business development. 2 weeks ago, we did a groundbreaking for a new Hyatt Studios hotel that'll be built on airport property. This will be built primarily to serve our business community.
Okay.
We do have, as Sean mentioned, a significant amount of training opportunities here for the aviation industry. Not just pilots, but we're also talking about technicians, mechanics, avionics technicians.
Wow.
And a lot of these schools need lodging for their students, and so this hotel will serve that purpose going into the future.
Sean mentioned, you talked about the property being available. Not many people are blessed with that opportunity to expand like you guys want to. Talk to me a little bit about the difference between the Kissimmee Airport versus something like if Sanford wanted to do something like this.
Yeah, well, actually, the airports are pretty similar. If you
Okay.
have property on the airport,
Okay.
you do a lot of concentration on aviation uses. That's what the FAA prefers. So, we're looking at, again, aircraft storage, aircraft repair, and maybe possibly manufacturing.
Seems like you guys attached an AED to the Kissimmee Airport and just brought it right back to life here. So, Mike, walk me through. What are we doing right now?
So we are right now on the leasehold of Signature Aviation. They're one of our primary FBO tenants. They provide, it's like a marina for pilots, if you want to look at it that way.
Okay.
A place to get your aircraft service, a place for it to be stored, and then also they provide concierge services for folks that are coming in from outside the area that are visiting, either for business or for pleasure. As we're heading towards the main runway here, over on the left you see just a significant amount of grass and trees. That area is an old golf course. People will remember it as Kissimmee Municipal Golf Course.
Okay.
If you lived here back in the day, in the younger years, you probably remember it as a golf course. We have now positioned that for future redevelopment as a business park for our airport and our community. And we've been talking to various manufacturers about the prospect of locating there, particularly aviation manufacturers. So it would be an excellent opportunity for us to bring a significant amount of jobs, high-paying jobs, into our community.
No, it's just thinking of those, to take a golf course and be like, all right, it's been sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
How can we make some money off of
Absolutely.
it and turn it into something? Especially, you guys already owned it as a city?
Yes. It's a lease parcel. Everything on an airport is owned by the city, and we have to lease it. We can't sell the property under FAA rules. We have to lease it, and we can only lease it to aviation-oriented businesses.
Makes sense, right? You got to keep it if it's already there for aviation.
Exactly.
Why
not? But there's an opportunity to do some non-aviation businesses as an interim measure, which the airport did for many, many years with the golf course. For us, this is such a great opportunity because we look at it like a business park with an airstrip.
Right, which we're actually on
Yes.
right now. I could say right now, this is a first. Results One has never been on an active airstrip before, and it's happening right here in Kissimmee. Kind of cool.
This is Taxiway Alpha.
Okay.
And we are actually headed to our main runway here. It's a 6,000-foot long runway with instrument landing capabilities.
Okay.
And it's the primary runway for our business jet traffic, of which we have a significant amount of, given our proximity to the Convention Center in Orange County, of course, Disney, Universal Studios, and all the theme parks over in the High Drive area.
Nice. Mayor, is this your first time on this runway?
On the actual runway, yes.
Yes. Kissimmee PD, where you at, guys? Come on, come on.
Now there's a new law about 100 miles an hour in this state.
Okay.
It doesn't really apply out here, but
Right,
we
private
don't wanna-
property.
We don't want to go airborne.
No, private property. I know about public access, all those laws. That's the fun thing about being a news anchor and a trooper. It's like, well, guys, technically. So this is awesome that you guys do have the capability. Now, is the sheriff's office, are they posted out here as well?
Yes.
Their aviation unit as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
They're right over to our left is where their facility is.
Got a plane landing right now, coming in.
We also have air care service
Yep.
that provides medevac services for our community. Is there just one?
There's just one helicopter.
Yep, one helicopter stays out here. One of my best friends, he flies. He's a nurse with them.
It's a good job.
Right? It's like, he loves it, that's for sure. This is the coolest thing I have done in a long time, guys.
And I call
So
this
you're
a Monday.
chasing the plane. You're calling it's a Monday.
That's it. That super speeder and that Cessna right there flying out here. Nothing on this F-150,
The
right?
construction that we have here to our right is a $12 million taxiway pavement rehabilitation
Wow.
project. We replaced all the lights that were direct buried cable into conduit now with LED lights to make it more efficient. But a lot of aging pavement here. It's a challenge of mine over the next few years to replace the pavement. This runway will probably need a rehabilitation in the next 5 years.
Really? What's that, off the top of your head, what would ultimately that's going to cost?
It's going to be somewhere around $35 million.
Now, some people will be like, that's crazy, but at the end of the day, you're landing aircraft on this, and it's got to be done right.
Correct.
I love when people, oh man, this and that. It's like, guys, sometimes it is rocket science, and you've got to look at it that way. When it comes to your daily traffic out here, guys, what's the average amount of aircraft you guys have coming in and out on a daily basis?
Last year we had 135,000 landings and takeoffs operations. We're projected to be about 140,000 this year.
Wow.
So we're averaging about 400 landings and takeoffs each day. And it's a real good mix of aircraft. We do a lot of flight training here. Helicopter traffic. We have corporate jets that are flying here, and we mix that in with our World War II P-51 Mustangs.
If there is anything, ladies and gentlemen, that I remember as a child, it is always seeing those aircraft flying around. Growing up right here off of Pleasant Hill, just seeing it all the time flying around, and then coming out here and knowing that it's still happening is kind of cool.
Over on our right, it's kind of a cool tenant that exists here. It's Florida Coach.
Okay.
They employ about 120, 130 people. What they do is they build buses and lease them to touring rock groups and various bands within the music industry.
All
They're
right.
One of our tenants will be expanding on the airport as well with a larger manufacturing facility here.
Now, how does that kind of business get the ability to do business out here on an airport
The
that's
FAA
not aviation related?
Yeah, the FAA allows some of the property that doesn't have access to the runway to be utilized for non-aviation
Okay.
businesses. And so for us, there's a fair amount of land on the fringes of the airport. Their property happens to be right on the edge on Jack Calhoun Boulevard. But they will be building a hangar in the future with their desire to allow their customers, these rock groups,
Right.
to come in directly via business jet to their
Look at that.
location.
And then they can just land here, hop on their bus, and
Absolutely.
roll on out. So, Mayor, does that mean we're going to be getting some like rock concerts and all that stuff down here?
That's all in the future.
She's like, I can't predict the future right now,
But I know it's bright.
Yeah,
I know
amen,
it's bright,
amen.
yes.
As the mayor and this stuff happening and knowing that the expansion is occurring out here, what could you tell your constituents that 5-10 years from now, because at no point do we ever as leaders think that it's going to be yours forever, you know, you're always passing the
Right.
baton.
Absolutely.
What is the future of Kissimmee? What do you see happening out here?
Well, what I see at the airport is hopefully we bring in customs. I think, Mike, that's something that
Yes.
we're working towards, and that'll be a great move for our city, and financially it's a makes sense kind of deal. And I'm just looking forward to the future, understanding that so many people don't even know we have an airport.
Right.
How important is it to let people know? And we've struck a nerve on a lot of the universities wanting to come out here now
Yeah.
and bring their aviation schools. So I think for Kissimmee, what we're offering is higher paying jobs. And I think that's part of the success plan, creating jobs that take us out of that lower income bracket
Right.
and bring us up. And I think that's the goal, and that's how you change the future. It's through education and bringing those opportunities right here to our city.
I love that. Mike, tell me a little bit about those schools that you had talked to me about. What kind of things are you thinking are going to end up out here?
Well, right now we have pretty much the gamut of schools. We have, flight training for beginner pilots. The business we're going to bring you over to here in a little while
Okay.
does recertifications for airline pilots from overseas airlines that don't have their own simulators. And so they've got 3-story simulators for 737s and Airbus 320s.
Okay.
We've got...
I hear a future story in the making.
Absolutely. I think we could put some cameras inside the simulator and replicate what we're doing here.
Absolutely.
In an aircraft. We also have schools that teach people how to be technicians, FAA certified technicians for avionics, which is electronics for aircraft, as well as airframe and power plant, which is the engine and the body of the aircraft. In the future, our goal is to continue to grow that operation and bring additional businesses, as the mayor talked about, that are more aligned with public education and private education institutions, such as universities that we've been talking to. So for us, it's an opportunity. If you think about communities in Florida that are 85,000, 90,000, such as we are,
Right.
There's not many that have an airport that they can hang their hat on, a bustling downtown, and a medical district that provides a significant number of jobs. And so we're trying to really capitalize on those assets that we have to really bring diversification to our economy and give our residents an opportunity to get higher paying jobs in the future.
Amen to that. That's a gorgeous plane that's coming
Nice,
down right
nice.
there. Sean, this is that construction that you were telling me about. So this is the new runway that you guys are expanding?
No, this is the adjacent parallel
Taxiway, excuse me. See, my wife's in aviation, and
Yeah.
she's trying to teach me all the lingo. It's not working. So, all right, so this is the expansion of the taxiway.
Yeah, the taxiway just met its useful life with the pavement age, and so it's been milled down.
Okay.
A couple layers of asphalt is being replaced on it. You can see the shoulders. We've gone in and removed those direct buried cables for the edge lights.
Okay.
We're putting them into a conduit from can to can with new LED lights. And the LED lights are really nice because not only are they very efficient, but for years we had incandescent bulbs and they would go out all the time.
Right.
It was
You got to
a
be out here
full-time job.
replacing them.
Yeah, so the LEDs are beautiful.
Then you got someone sitting out here just waiting for a bulb to go out. Run out, replace it, go.
To be like the Maytag repairman.
Right? No?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a job, right? You got to do it. So where are we headed to now?
I believe we're going to go over to past the Stallion 51 hangar towards the Cirrus.
Okay. Seeing all these aircraft, it's pretty cool. So people, talk to me about who's just briefly here. Whose planes are these? Like that are parked out here?
A lot of them are privately owned.
Okay.
And so, and some of them are with the flight school.
Okay.
So there's a good combination of just private recreation flight activities here.
Must be nice. I'd like to park my aircraft out
My
here.
wife and I say we're only allowed to take it away.
Ain't we all? I do, guilty pleasure. $20 a week. I try. Why not, right? Because I'm always like, well, you got to play to win.
That's all in a dream.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
it.
this company here is a maintenance and repair operation for small general aviation aircraft. Our goal in the future is to bring additional businesses like this that service business jets as well, to provide, again, that diversity in the different offerings of businesses at the airport for the aviation community, as well as opportunities for our citizens to get higher paying jobs. I mean, these mechanics start in the $70,000 range with a 2-year education and sometimes less in terms of certifications. So it's a really good opportunity. And then when you look at the aviation industry in the future, significant growth potential as they're projecting shortages in these jobs in the future.
And then you're going to have just opportunities right here. Pretty cool stuff.
Steve, do you have
So-
time to drive down a little closer? Or
I could drive wherever you want me to.
you just don't know what your time?
No.
Well,
My stream's going. We got plenty of time.
Down, towards the Sears Canyon,
Okay.
and then come back here.
Where are you getting out of access here?
We're all good.
Okay.
Wherever we want to go.
Construction's throwing me a little bit.
Yeah, right? At least it's not I-4.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But that main airfield or
Yes, sir.
airstrip that you were on, you
Okay.
saw that big jet that landed.
Right.
It actually can accommodate that runway, a 737.
Wow. That, our runway right now,
Mhm.
you can land a 737
Yes.
on.
It's called
Okay.
there's a version of a 737 for corporate jets, for corporate use called a Boeing Business Jet.
Okay.
And we've had several of them here on
I'm
a
always
regular
impressed
basis.
with how Mike knows and understands our airport. You know, you don't usually get.
Well, you don't become a city manager and not know the airport, right?
But a lot of city leaders don't have the knowledge that he does, and he really understands the whole airport environment well. And so
He does. He understands every topic we ask about. It's so funny.
How is that?
He's our
And if
guru.
we can just candidly, for you guys, how is that as the elected mayor and as the director out here, having a manager who's running a city? Technically, you guys all have your roles, but having, and Mike, I'm tooting your horn here for a second, but having a guy that does have a general understanding, because look, guys, I have an opportunity to see so many cities, and I'm not going to hit anybody, but we've got it pretty good here in Kissimmee
Yeah, we do.
with someone that has at least knows a little about a lot.
Yes.
And I think that's a good opportunity. What's that like as a mayor and as a director, knowing or having a guy like this?
For me, it's wonderful. Any topic I want to ask Mike about, he's like my Google. He really is.
Your own chat
He's
GPT
my
right
chat
here.
GPT. I should go, Mike GPT.
And because, like, I'm sure that Sean, you've worked with, I'm sure, people who are technically in charge, and they don't have a clue what's going on.
yeah, you know, Mike he has a good vision. You know, just for our airport, but the city.
Right.
And so he gives me a lot of autonomy to do what we need to do out here, but we're on the same page.
Good.
And it makes it really easy for me to move forward. And then occasionally, you know, I'll get a really good suggestion from him versus somebody else who doesn't know and is probably going to take the airport in a different direction.
Right.
We've had people, you know, want us to turn into a mini MCO here,
And it's like,
we're not bringing the large planes in here and the terminals and the TSA, and that's not our role. Our role is to support them as a reliever airport and take these smaller aircraft and the helicopter and the training traffic.
and I love that,
away from
knowing the capability.
Yes.
And not trying to push it. Just knowing what you can do and reaching the level right up to it. That's awesome. Is there a
If you
plane?
think about the
That's a big plane
opportunities-
coming in right
Yeah,
there.
it is. If you think about the opportunities at a general aviation airport versus a commercial airport, you know, commercial airport, you have a lot of jobs that are service oriented, service based, much like we have all across Central Florida. This being a general aviation airport gives us the opportunity to really focus on business development. And it'll give us the opportunity to get these high paying jobs in here.
They got us getting out of here.
Yeah.
Well, someone's getting picked up privately, because that's a nice ride picking them up, too.
Didn't I tell you guys that was for us?
Oh, that was for us? You guys hooked this up all for results one? You shouldn't have.
Steve's when I'll put a few lights and cameras on that.
Yeah, that would be a heck of a ride out, guys. Well, whoever's coming in probably thinks that the news is here for them, but we are not. We're here for the great city of Kissimmee, so see you guys. It's a nice charter. Not
That is
bad.
beautiful.
A little older, but hey, I ain't judging. I just bought a 2016 used car. All right, so I am a little familiar with this side because
Yes.
we've got the good stuff over here, at least in my book, the good stuff over here. Mike, talk me through where we at.
So this is Stallion 51, as Sean was mentioning earlier. Their original plan or focus was to provide restoration and training for these P-51 Mustangs, which were the superstars of World War II, helped us win the battle over
Can I get a
Europe.
little closer and just not go in?
Yeah.
Can I go right up to it?
Yep.
Okay.
And then as their business evolved, and they've been here, at least 25 years, maybe 30 years, they got to training pilots for recovery in kind of a challenging flight scenario. So as you see here, there's actually a fighter jet here. It's like a trainer. And what they do is they have a contract with the Department of Defense and provide recovery training for pilots.
Wow.
So it's really interesting. I guess like I'm assuming I'm not an aviation guy, so like stalls and stuff like that.
Yeah. So like that nice plane that just came in, it's expensive.
Right.
They're not going to let the pilot go up there and put in the stalls and
I would hope
and
not.
So, but they want to have training in case bad weather puts them in a really negative situation. So they come and they train in this fighter.
Nice. This is too cool. I love being able to show people like this because ultimately this will get posted. This will live up. We'll throw this on social. Someone in Kissimmee is going to go, I didn't know half this stuff was out there. And they get to see it.
How many times we get that comment, Mayor? We didn't even know we had an airport.
Absolutely.
That's
We
my
get that.
favorite question when they find
Yes.
out what I do for a living.
Right?
Kissimmee has an airport.
Right? Yeah, I'm the director of
Yeah.
the airport. Looks like Air Care. I think 2 or 3? I think it's 3 that's out here. Getting ready to take off out there.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
they're a very active unit.
well, this unit they cover so much area. Their zoning area is just area of responsibility is massive. Well, that definitely doesn't fly anymore, but it is.
There's the one we can afford.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could afford that one. If people are like, yeah, this is how much it is, like, yeah, it ain't happening. But too cool.
So on the right here is Cirrus Aircraft.
Okay.
We helped them back in 2021. They wanted to relocate here to Central Florida. They do primary aircraft maintenance, upgrades, avionics repairs, warranty work. They processed probably, I think, 1,000 aircraft last year through this one facility. And we're in an expansion project with them right now to add 70,000 more square feet of space closer to my office area to keep up with the aircraft here that they have in Central Florida.
Wow. So obviously they enjoy being out here if they're keeping their business out here.
Yes.
They have, I think they told us, a waiting list of 3 months on repairs for and service for their customers. And so they just don't have the space to keep up with the demand from their customers. And as you notice, all their aircraft look pretty similar. They're one of the leading manufacturers of private jets within the United
I've been
States.
seeing this. I don't know if you guys are Instagram folks and scroll through it on a daily basis,
Yes.
but I've been seeing this aircraft pop up a lot on Instagram.
Yes, the Vision Jet.
Yeah, it's become like the consumer private access jet, and there's like another Honda one that's out there
Yes.
also that I've been seeing, and it's just unbelievable.
Very
Where a-
attainable at 3.5 million. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
just
talking?
why not? Just a 3.5, but
That's
to
it.
where they're saying the average person can learn how to fly
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah, they are. If you take a peek in one of those things, they look like a little sports car.
Right.
It's amazing. And what's cool about them is they have the airframe parachute. So if there's engine failure or some sort of
Yep.
operation that's abnormal, that chute will pop out. And we actually had an incident within Osceola County not too long ago.
Really?
Everybody survived. It's
Talk of,
fantastic.
that's amazing. Now I'll throw the random question out. Is there ever talks about air taxis coming out? The technology coming towards Kissimmee or anything like that? Because, Orlando has floated the idea. You hear Tampa, Jacksonville, but I'm starting to see a trend with these smaller municipal airports saying, hey, that's really easy for us to do.
Yes.
Is there ever talk about that?
I think what we're really watching right now is the electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. So picture a 4 to 6 passenger electric powered helicopter, basically. They're becoming very popular. They're working on certification, and I really feel that our airport, and especially in this market, could support that and have like a regional taxi, kind of an air Uber service, if you will.
Right.
And I think that makes a lot of sense in our market. Just getting from here to Tampa, within 20 minutes of avoid I-4.
Life changing, guys.
Oh yes.
Yes.
And talk about boosting economy in areas that would not normally see it, because no one wants. I don't cruise past Champions Gate unless I have to.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real about it.
Yep.
Talking about the Jetson era.
Right.
That's what that would
We
be
are
like.
living in. There's a company called the Jetson.
Yes.
It's like a drone craft, and it's so cool.
So we have that built into our master plan, a
Okay.
location for that type of service. And we've also had conversations with multiple companies from both out of state and out of the country that are gearing up to build these electric, basically like an EV car, but
Right.
they're electric aircraft. And several are going into startup mode for new manufacturing operations, and we've talked to
I
those
love
folks
that.
about relocating to the airport here, maybe at the golf course or one of our nice pieces.
You gotta love when someone runs. Look at this guy driving like an absolute idiot right here in front of us. I hope we end up finding them. So this is what I do. Check this out. We have a clown count anytime someone does something really stupid, and then we clown them. And then the clown gets activated. It jumps up here on the screen,
Look at that.
and we have a clown count. So anybody at home that was watching just went, "Bah, eh," and we have a clown counter. And that prevents me from cursing on live TV,
Good
which
job.
I've only done once. It was an accident, but yeah, I was freaking out when I did it. So we came up with the clown count.
Hey, thank God we didn't have one on the airfield itself. That would have been really
That would have
nice.
been an absolute mess. Now, you guys talked about you're going to put a hotel out here. Where is that hotel going to go up at? Do you have a plan for it yet of where
Yes.
it's going to go?
Yes, that hotel will be out by the administration building.
Okay.
We started our ride on Martin Luther King Boulevard at
Gotcha.
the corner of MLK and Dyer Boulevard.
Nice.
That'll be the Hyatt Studios that we talked about earlier. 122 rooms, I
Yes.
think.
Man, get a Hyatt out here.
Oh, yeah. And they've got plans adjacent to that site to look at some additional.
Am I going straight into here? Is that where he's pointing me to?
Yeah,
Or
this is the business that we want to bring you inside. This is where the Airbus and the 737 simulators are located.
Gotcha. So the capability of us getting out of this truck, not going to happen
Gotcha.
today.
Okay.
But you can tell me about it real quick because this looks pretty awesome. So what takes place? You had mentioned it earlier, but briefly, Sean, just give it to me.
Yeah, again, their business primarily works for I guess a lot of pilots, commercial pilots from overseas, particularly Asia.
Okay.
They come here. They spend about a week or 2 weeks getting proficiency training, getting their checked out and certified. And so part of the hotel is really kind of connected to this business. It's going to support this business. The owner, Deidre, she has about 80 pilots that will come here per month, and she struggles to find a place to house them, getting a meal package, and take care of them. And so that's primarily what we really want out of the hotel, and eventually we're hoping to relocate her business, a large hangar next to the hotel, for more of these simulators. She has 2. She'd like to do 6 to 8 of them.
Wow.
And they run 20 hours a day. That's how busy she is. So, yeah,
This
it's
is
amazing
not. This
business.
is. I think this is cool because I don't think you can't put everything that we've seen in a story in a minute and 30 seconds, like on TV.
Yes.
You know,
It's a
to
whole
be able to
documentary.
to be able to watch this. And I think what's going to be cool is I'm going to post this. We're going to talk about Kissimmee and all that fun stuff. And there's that clown out at the airfield over there. I'm not going to forget that car. This is the problem when it's Trooper Steve and not your normal reporter because I just keep talking smack. But for you guys, we have gone 30 minutes. This is the coolest stream I think I've done in quite some time. But I do want to start to wrap it up just a little bit here. And for one, thank you guys for the access to show me around here. But I definitely want to come back. I want to.
Yes.
We need to do
Definitely
this.
need to do this.
Because if you're talking simulation, you're training pilots, you're recertifying them, it's got to look cool.
Oh, it's awesome.
So if your community's got questions about what's happening, how can they reach out to you guys? How can they follow you guys? How can they stay in the know of what's happening in the city of Kissimmee?
Well, we're suggesting everyone follows us through social media, which is really a great gateway
Yep.
to connecting with our airport as well. I know that the airport has its own Facebook page. It's
Right.
Kissimmee Gateway Airport, Sean.
Yes, we have a website too, flykissimmee.com, and we're trying to put out a monthly newsletter of all the happenings here at the airport. So
Okay.
people find that of interest.
And then also Kissimmee.gov is our website for all of our different departments as well.
Guys, I am completely honored that we got to do this. We got to see some really cool aircraft. We got to drive on a runway. That's awesome. But for me to know that there are jobs coming here, really good, high-paying jobs that one will help hopefully eliminate some traffic a little bit, keep people living and working in their community,
Yes.
and not having to transit out of the area.
Absolutely.
In return, it builds the economy back up.
You know, it's really important also that our constituents know that a lot of people are worried about traffic around the hotel itself, and the infrastructure was already in place. And I think that's one of the comments that we keep hearing on social media. And how are you building another hotel? This is a whole different level of hotel.
Okay.
It's industry specific, although it's open to the public. But we do want our constituents to know that this specific airport, the infrastructure was in place because our city manager, being a planner originally, thought this through very well. So, Mike, if you want to add on that, so we can also.
I'll add my 2 cents too, because I'm a traffic safety expert. But Mike, go for it, brother. You first.
Yeah, we as a city have done really well over the years at making sure that we have the infrastructure in place before the development happens. That's not to say that with the way the state rules are written, sometimes these roads don't come online until later on in the process. But as a city, as an urban area, we have the infrastructure in place. We have had it in place for years. And so what we're doing now is we're infilling all these vacant lands within our urban core. And really that's where the capacity is, and that's where really we should be steering the market so that we're not continuing to go to the agricultural areas outside on the edges of suburbia.
Well, and I think from my perspective, I always look of the intention behind something, and obviously the intention is to support more people coming out here towards the airport. It's not a tourist functioning hotel that you're just dropping into nowhere for no reason. You're bringing jobs, you're bringing students, they need a place to stay. They're not driving up and down John Young Parkway all day.
That's right.
They're going a couple of blocks right
It's very
here.
intentional. We're
It
being
is very intentional.
So
Now,
it's
I will tell the community, obviously, construction, it always gets worse before it gets better, and John Young's already under construction, right there by Oak Boulevard.
Yes.
So it's going to get better anyway.
Yes.
So if you want to complain to anybody, send them to me, because I'll complain. I'll complain right back to you guys. So, Mayor,
Thank you.
thank you. City Manager, thank you.
Thank you.
Director, thank you. It has been an absolute pleasure. Guys, please give them all a follow on social media. This will live forever over on YouTube, clickorlando.com, and, of course, News 6 Plus. I'll post it on Facebook a little bit later. But for now, we'll see you guys later. Thank you, guys.
Bye.